have sound, and we have everything. Happy Friday. Yay! Today is going to be a very fun class. Lots of small different transitions. Some of the movements are going to build upon what we did last week with the functional line. But today is the arm line. Yay! That means we get to work a little bit more fun with our hands and our arms and our shoulders in much more dynamic ways. So, we'll be doing quite a bit with our palms up, our palms down, with our hands. We'll be on our elbows in forearm plank. We'll also be in a dolphin, probably with palms down or palms up, depending on the movement. I would like to work on a variation of a peacock, but with one elbow, so we'll be working laterally with that as well. Some malasanas, and we might do an extra arm balance at the end if you feel like you're ready for it. Otherwise, you can skip any part of the class. Just wait and wait for the next movement. And it will be quite challenging. If you have any issues with the knees, I do have knee pads, so you can use that as well. Blocks as well, if your hamstrings are feeling kind of tight today. But other than that, it's going to be a harder class today. So be really nice to yourself if something doesn't feel really good. I'll try to give as many modifications as possible. The warm-up will be very long, and the flow will be very short. So we'll work on each side once. So I think that'll be the compromise if you can't do everything. And if you like to do things all the time really hard, you come on Monday instead of Friday. That's our deal, right? Cool. So we'll start off in a child's pose. As you're doing a child's pose, bring your knees as wide as the mat. Lower your forehead to the ground if you can reach. Crawl your fingers forward and straighten your arms. Feel that you can pull your hips towards the heels. Maybe scoot the forehead a little bit forward to lengthen the back of the neck. Take 2 deep breaths. And on the second breath, try to relax your neck and forehead into the mat. Roll your forehead from side to side. A gentle massage for your forehead, right above your brow. Roll your head towards the left side. Press your forehead gently into the mat. 3, 2, 1. Roll your head to the right side of the forehead. Press gently down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll your forehead into center. Press gently for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll your forehead from side to side one more time. And then back into center. Crawl your fingers forward. Lift the palms up. Keep the fingertips down. Pretend like you're playing the piano. Wrap the outsides of your shoulder blades and triceps down to the mat to spread your shoulder blades wide. Inhale, look in between your hands and gaze forward. Inhale, lift the ribs off the thighs. Exhale, sink the belly in between the thighs. Inhale, lift the ribs off the thighs. Exhale, sink deeper into the thighs. 3 more times. Follow your breath. Try to engage your core. You can add your tailbone just a bit if you want to go deeper. Last one. Then lower your forehead back on the ground. Lower your palms on the ground. Turn your thumbs up, pinky edge down, and then press the pinky edge of your fingers down. Pull the armpits back. Feel your lats engage as you pull your shoulder blades towards your hips. Keep pressing the pinkies down, then lift your head up. Pull the chest forward with your shoulder blades, then relax and pull your heart towards your thighs. Pull your shoulder blades towards your hips. Feel your lats engage. Exhale, relax the lats and round your heart towards your thighs. 3 more times, kind of like a cat and cow, but using your lats. Last one. Then give me 2 thumbs up with 2 fists, like you're holding 2 pints of beer. See if you can slide your fist forward, thumbs up, then lift your right thumb up and down, left thumb up and down. Right thumb up without lifting your forehead, down, left thumb up and down. See if you can keep your forehead grounded, belly in, lift both thumbs up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Lift your right thumb up, then out to the side. Turn your thumb down. Place your forearm behind your back without touching. Thumb reaching towards the left shoulder blade. Bring your thumb back out, down, up, forward and down. Left thumb up. Out to the side, thumb up. Rotate thumb down. Place the forearm behind the back. Try not to touch. Reach left thumb to right shoulder blade. Roll the left thumb out to the side. Down, up, forward, fist down. Right fist up, out to the side. Turn your thumb down. Place the forearm behind your back. Thumb reaching for the left shoulder blade. Out to the side, thumb down. Rotates up again. Forward, fist down. Left fist up, out to the side, turn your thumb down. Place the forearm behind your back, thumb reaching for the right shoulder blade. Out to the side, thumb, down, then up, forward, fist down. Wiggle your hips just a bit. Then place your hands back on the ground. Lift your head up in between, with your gaze in between the palms. Then take both hands to the right side of the mat. Crawl your fingers forward so you find some length. Then squeeze your inner thighs to bring your hips back into center. Rotate the left chest and belly towards the ground to feel a nice side stretch on the left side. Perhaps the forehead rests. Take one more breath. Lift your gaze up halfway, then take your left hand over the right hand. Rotate the left chest slightly up to the sky, then rotate the chest down. 2 more times. Rotate up, inhale. Rotate left chest down, exhale. Last one. Release the left hand down, slide your hands back in center, then walk your hands over to the left side. Crawl your fingers forward, find some length, relax your forehead, then squeeze your inner thighs to center your hips and lower your right chest and belly towards the ground. Feel a nice lateral side stretch on the right side of your body. One more breath. Then lift your chest halfway up. Right hand over the left hand. See if you can rotate the right chest open. Inhale. Exhale, lower right chest down. 2 more times. Follow your breath. Open. Close. Feel that your inner thighs are slightly engaged. So you feel the rotation through the side body. Then release your right hand back into center with your left hand. Slide your shoulders over your hands. Walk your knees a little bit in. Table. Circle your shoulders over your wrists. Try to shift the weight in every finger. 3 circles. Then opposite direction, 3 circles. Really try to shift your weight in each and every finger so you can feel that you're pressing each finger down, working through the wrist. Then turn your thumbs forward, fingers out to the side, lean from side to side. Turn your fingers towards your knees, thumbs are out to the sides. inside of your wrist forward, rock forward and back with your weight. Shift your weight towards your toes and heels, lift your ribs up, and then see if you can keep your palms grounded as you rock from side to side. The more you lean your hips back, the more intensity you'll feel in the stretch. If you like more, lift the palms up, release the feet, keep the fingers grounded. If you want to rock from side to side, please do that gently. One more breath. Then we'll release the palms back, forward, and down. Turn the fingers forward. And come onto your right fingertips, your left fingertips, right palm down, left palm down. Left fingertips, right fingertips, left palm down, right palm down. Right fingertips, left fingertips, right palm down, left palm down. Left fingertips, right fingertips, left palm down, right palm up. Lift only up your palms, keep your fingers down, and move your elbows over the knuckles. Then lower slowly down. Lift up through the palms, wrist over knuckles, then slowly roll down. Elbows over knuckles, lift the palms up, and slowly roll back down. Flip your palms upside down, back of the hands on the ground. Try to keep your arms straight. If you can turn the inside of your elbows forward, triceps back, even better. Open and close your hands into a fist. Try to close all 10 fingers. If you want more intensity, lean your weight slightly back, and you'll feel more. Place your fingers into a fist and roll your wrists into a figure eight. Still okay? We do this every week. Today it's a little extra. Opposite direction. Place your right hand down, left hand on top. You can wrap your fingers around the right hand like you're going to do CPR and pull the right elbow back in the bend. Wiggle your elbow from side to side. As you pull your elbow back, try to loosen up your shoulder, elbow, and wrist. Get the juices flowing into the joints. Then we take the left hand down, right hand on top. Wrap the fingers around the left hand, bend left elbow, wiggle side to side. Loosen up shoulder, elbow, and wrist. Cool, come into table. But this time you're going to take one nice step forward with your hands. Wrap the triceps back. Feel that you can cat and cow in this position as you're pushing the floor away with your hands. Now shift your weight into the knees and catch your spine, tailbone in, almost like a child's pose. And as we shift our weight into the hands, you can cow your butt and hips and back, and shift your weight into the hands. Come back, come into cow, into your knees. Come into cow, on your knees, and shift your weight forward. You're going to feel it a little bit higher up in your mid-back. Shift back into cat. Roll the tailbone up. Then start to slowly shift your weight forward. Make sure that nothing hurts as you pull your shoulder blades down the spine. Find your cat. Wiggle it out. Tailbone up. Then shift forward into the hands until you feel a nice back bend. Last one. Come back. Shake it out through a cat, then the cow, then shift your weight forward again. We'll do one more just to transition into a sphinx. So we'll slowly come back forward, walk the knees back, pull the hips forward, and roll the belly down. Come onto your elbows and make sure that you're on your mat. You might have to scoot a little bit here. Find your sphinx with your feet as wide as the mat, if not wider. Make sure your back feels good. Pull your chest forward, roll the shoulder blades back, then tuck your tailbone in to press the hips into the ground. From here you can bend one knee and look at one foot. Bend the other knee. Look at the other foot. See if you can pass to your shoulder and take a look. Keep pulling your ribs forward with your elbows. 3, 2, last one. Cool. And then from here, you're going to press your hips down and open your elbows wide to lower down slowly. Lift your chest up with only your back muscles, then slide your hands back by your chest. Tuck your elbows back, then press your hips down just a bit, belly in. Now pull your chest forward with your hands, and then press your hips even more, halfway. Keep pulling your shoulder blades back, elbows back, then lower down slow. If this feels okay, you can lift your hands next. So lift your chest, pull your chest forward, shoulder blades back. Press your hips down. Then as you come down, release your hands and come with no hands. Again, chest, shoulder blades, hips. Maybe your arms can be a little bit straighter. Then try to come down with no hands as quickly and easily as you can. One more. Make sure that the back does not hurt. Do not push too hard. Then forehead, hands underneath your forehead, wiggle your hips from side to side. Everyone's back is happy still, yes? Great. If you have anything on the side, please move it forward. Our arms are going to come out to a T, palms down, and roll the front of your shoulders down into the mat. So you feel your deltoids ground. As you tuck your tailbone in and your core is engaged, bend your left knee. We're going to lift the knee up and behind us to tap the floor. Your head will turn to the left. Then we roll back down with control. Try to keep the front of your deltoids down. Bend the right knee, lift the right knee up and over to tap the floor behind you. Look to the right. Then roll back in. 2 more times on each side. As we roll on each side, try to lift your knee a little bit higher and maybe your foot can reach towards the opposite hand. If it doesn't, it doesn't. One more on each side. Take it nice and slow. We're just warming up everything right now. Cool. And then we land on the belly. From here, we can bend our left hand by the side. Press your hips forward, belly in. Bend the left knee. And we're going to guide the left foot over to the right hand a little bit more with a little push of the left hand. If you feel comfortable, you can press your right leg down into the ground, then take your left hand behind your back and pull your chest forward. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Lift your left arm up, back to the mat, and slowly roll back into center. Give it a little shake, shake, shake if you need it. Lower your left arm down, roll the left shoulder forward, slide your right hand by the chest, elbow back. Bend your right knee, lift the knee up and over so you can reach the right foot to the left hand. Give it a little press with your right hand, make sure everything feels good. Then press your left leg and hip down into the mat to lift the right arm up, then maybe behind your back. It feels like a little bolster, so pull the chest forward around your arm. To our belly. Hands underneath the forehead, rock your hips from side to side, take a little break. Are we excited? Yeah. So last week we did Superman forearm plank to Sphinx with our palms down. So our hands are forward in our Sphinx. Our toes are into the mat. You're going to tuck your tailbone in so your ribs lift off and you have a hollow body. Then you can press into the toes to lift into your forearm plank. Press into the hands to lift the elbows up. Keep the tailbone tucked in. You're squeezing your legs and tushy together and you keep your hips in line from shoulder to heel. Then you lower your elbows down. Then you pull your hips forward and spread your feet a little bit wider. Yeah? We can do the same version again, but if you want to do the harder version, you give 2 fists, holding 2 beers. Your elbows might be a little bit closer. Bring your legs closer together, toes in. Find your hollow body by lifting your belly and hips up into forearm plank. Then press into the pinky edge of your fist to lift the elbows up, elbows down, Sphinx. Forearm plank, Superman with fists, elbows, Sphinx. Last round. Forearm plank, Superman, forearm plank, then Sphinx. Ooh, feel okay with that one? Slide your hands by your shoulders, tuck your toes into the mat, downward facing dog. So push up if you like, or belly flop up. Bend one knee at a time so we can really feel our legs, because we haven't really done much yet. Wiggle your hips, give yourself a little salsa dance if you need it. I'll give you another 20 seconds to kind of wiggle out whatever you need to do. Then find your downward facing dog. Press equally both hands to lift your hips as high as you can. Then look in between your hands. You can either do one elbow at a time, but you're going to wrap one elbow in and down, wrap other elbow in and down to dolphin. Press into your elbows to keep your hips back. You might be more on your toes. Then to come back up, you look in between your hands, and you're going to press your fingers to lift the elbows up, one at a time or both at a time. If you did your right arm first, and now we're doing our left arm. So left elbow down, right elbow down, wrap it in, press into elbows, hips high, press into the hands to lift the elbows up. Last one, we're going to do both elbows. Micro bend your elbows out to the side, then wrap the elbows under, then lower elbows down, push into elbows, dolphin. Take one deep breath. Then come back into downward facing dog. Lower your knees, take a break. Are we okay? Yes. Next one, plank. You're going to tuck your toes into the mat, come into plank. Keep your legs stiff, tailbone in, belly in. Protract your shoulders by pressing into the hands. Then we're going to take a step, 1, then 2 to the right. If you want, you can bend your elbows. Right elbow towards the belly button. Then walk your feet 1, 2, into center. Feet to the left, 1, then 2. Then you can bend your elbows. Left elbow to the belly button. Into center, 1, then 2. Take a break, child's pose if you need it. We're going to do it one more time, or stay in downward facing dog. Round 2, plank. Walk your feet to the right. 1 big step, 2 big step, bend your elbow. Boom, towards the belly button. Walk it back, 1, 2, center. 1, 2 to the left, big steps. Bend your left elbow towards the belly button. Then walk in, 1, 2, then downward facing dog. Whew. Take 1 deep breath. Then we can come onto our hands and knees. I'm going to fix my leggings real quick. How did that feel? It's hard, yeah? Could you reach your elbow towards the belly button? No. Okay. Then you know it's going to get harder when we flow. So from here, we're going to lower our left elbow down. Slide the right hand back so that it looks like you're going to do a push-up. Roll the right shoulder forward so your chest is parallel to the ground. And you can squeeze your biceps together in so you feel like your right elbow is nice and stable. Walk your knees back, knees together. Lift your right knee up in 1 big circle forward. Then tap your right elbow with the knee. Circle back, 1 big one. Keep your right chest forward. Then tap your left calf Tuck your right toes into the ground so your right leg is straight. Then from here, we're going to lift the right arm up into cactus, palm up, then lower the right hand down. Circle forward, one big circle, tap knee. Circle one, circle back, tap calf. Straighten your right leg by tucking the toe. Open the right arm, palm up into cactus, then back down behind you. Circle forward, tap elbow. Circle back, tap calf. Straighten the right leg, cactus right palm up to the sky, then back down. Straighten your arms. Are we okay? Yes. Then from here, we're going to take our right hand forward, right foot back, downward facing dog. Look in between your hands. Lower your elbows down to dolphin, either both at a time or one at a time, up to you. Then keep looking forward. You're going to use your toes to shift your shoulders forward. While you're doing this push with the toes, you're going to lift your elbows up and squeeze your elbows in directly into chaturanga. Then you can push up into a plank, then downward facing dog. Option 1, you can walk forward into malasana. Option 2, you can jump forward into malasana. Lift the heels, bend the knees, jump, feet wide, malasana. Keep your fingers forward. Wiggle your toe, heels, until your toes are together and your heels are up together into a wide knee malasana, like you're wearing high heels. Tuck your tailbone in and try to lift your chest up. Interlace your fingers, palms up to the sky. See if you can bring your knees together. Kneel up. Push, hips down. Then roll the knees up. Okay? We're going to straighten our legs and bring our palms to the ground to a forward fold. Roll up with a round spine, then push the palms up. Lift the heart up, look up, hips forward. Then we're going to forward fold again. Lift your chest halfway. Exhale, walk back. You can do a vinyasa, or you could go straight into downward facing dog, whatever feels good for you. But breathe in downward facing dog for 3, 2, and 1. Lower your knees down. Bring your right forearm down. Slide your left hand back. Squeeze your biceps so your chest is parallel to the ground. Left elbow is engaged. Lift the left knee up. Circle one big circle forward, then tap your left elbow. Circle one big circle back. Tap the right calf. Circle one big circle forward. Tap elbow. Circle back. Tap calf. Oh, we forgot to add the little thing. Straighten the left leg, toe into the ground. Cactus your left arm up, palm up. Left hand back into place. Circle left knee forward, tap knee. Circle one big back. Straighten leg, cactus left arm, palm up. Hand back down, circle left knee forward, tap elbow. Circle back, calf. Straighten left leg, cactus left arm forward. Bring your left knee back into place. Straighten your arms. Okay, good. Take your left hand forward, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Look in between your hands, lower your elbows, dolphin. Lift your hips high by pressing into the elbows. Use your toes to shift forward. So look in between your hands, use your toes, shift your chest forward, squeeze elbows in, chaturanga, press into plank, downward facing dog. Option 1, you tiptoe and walk into malasana. Option 2, bend your knees on your toes, jump up, maybe even handstand into malasana. Fingertips forward, toe heel, toe heel. Malasana with your toes together, heels high together, knees wide. Tuck your tailbone in to lift your chest, interlace fingers, palms up. Exhale, knees forward, palms forward, lower knees, lift hands, hips forward, hips down, palms forward, roll the knees up, forward fold, straighten the legs, palms down. Roll up through the spine, palms last, chest up, hips forward. Exhale, forward fold. Lift the chest halfway, release the hands. Plant the hands, vinyasa back, or go straight into dog, up to you. Warm up is done for 3, 2, and 1. Shake off the head. Cool. Lower down onto your knees. I just want to show you one thing because you won't see me in this position. So from downward facing dog, we're going to come to dolphin. As you're in dolphin, find your elbow position, then we're going to turn the palms up. Press into the elbows. You're going to cactus, arm up, then tap, leg, opposite leg. Then the same hand takes a big step forward. Then we come forward to plank with our left hand up. Then back on our toes, regular plank. Take 2 steps to one side, I'll tell you which one. Then you're going to bend your elbow to the outside of the belly button. Oops. Yep. And then you're going to lean forward. If you can lean forward, you can open up your knees into butterfly and squeeze your butt and outer thighs. Then we lower our knees down, roll up into this malasana. Then it's a half moon pose. Okay? That's the first part. If you can't do the arm balance, just stay with your arms straight to the side and then come out into a malasana. Okay? Are we excited? Yay! Oh, I have to move my phone. Everything's in the way. All right, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths. Second breath. Third breath, maybe shake it off, get psyched. Look in between your hands, lower your elbows however you can into dolphin. Then make sure you have a good grip with your elbows, hips high, then flip your palms up. We'll start with our right hand. Rotate the right elbow up to the sky to cactus, shoulder blade in. Then straighten the right arm to tap the left leg or ankle. Look forward so the right arm is straight, reaching forward. Plank forward on the right hand. Heels to the right, left arm up. Left hand down on your toes, plank. Walk your hands to the left, 1 big step, 2 big steps. Bend your left elbow outside the left belly button to the hip. Ooh, no grip today. And then try to bring your knees out. Here we go. Into your arm balance. Then come into your malasana. I'm having a hard time demoing today. As you're in your wide knee malasana, take your left hand forward. Then lower your left heel to lift the right leg up, half moon pose. Flex your right foot, press the right heel back. Take 1 deep breath. Walk your right foot back to the mat, left foot back to the mat, warrior 2. Reverse warrior 2. Reach far behind you, left ribs up to the sky. Side angle, left elbow to left knee. Right arm to the sky, open up the chest. Lower the right hand down to the mat. Left hand can follow. Then we're going to lift the left knee up and behind us into a wild thing. Squeeze your tushy high. Then we roll back into high lunge. Take a deep breath. Then lower our hands to the ground. We'll do our dolphin chaturanga. So take your left foot back, downward facing dog. You can lower your elbows down, dolphin. See if you can shift forward into a plank or chaturanga. Then downward facing dog. You can walk or jump to malasana. You can also do a handstand if you want. Ha. Toe heel, your toe heel feet together. Knees wide. Flip your palms up. Ooh, knees together, palms forward. Kneel your knees, lift your palms, hips forward. Hips back, palms forward, roll back. Palms down, straighten legs, forward fold. Roll up to the spine till the palm lifts up. Lift the chest, then the hips. Then release the hands, forward fold. Lift chest halfway. Do whatever vinyasa that feels good for you. And downward facing dog. Second breath. Last breath, relax. Look in between your hands. Prepare for dolphin. One elbow at a time or both. Flip your palms up. Yes, keep your hips high by pressing into the elbow. Then see if you can lift the left arm up into cactus. Then straighten the left arm to tap the right leg or calf. Then take your left hand forward, straight arm. Side plank. Right arm up, left heels down. Good, right hand down, plank. Walk your feet. One big step, two big steps. Your right elbow is going to come to the outside the right belly button towards the hip. Lean forward, knees wide. Squeeze your butt and outer thighs up. Then lower your feet and knees down with control into malasana with heels together. Take your right hand forward, half moon pose, right toes forward, left foot is flexed. Rotate the left chest open. Try not to pull the arm up. Take your left foot one step onto the mat, right foot onto the mat, warrior two. Reverse warrior two, flip your right hand behind your back, left hand down the left leg or behind the right hip. Right elbow to right knee, side angle. Rotate the left chest open. Lower left hand to the mat, right hand follows, bend right knee up and behind you, wild thing. Lift right knee up to the front of the mat, high lunge. Lower your hands down. Walk your right foot back, downward facing dog. If you want to skip the dolphin, you plank forward, you plank back. Lower elbows down, dolphin, chaturanga, plank, downward facing dog. Walk or jump forward, malasana. Toe heel together. Interlace fingers up. Hips forward, knees wide. Hands forward, knees together. Knees down, hips forward, hands up. Hips back, hands forward, knees roll up. Forward fold, palms down. Roll up to the spine, palms up. Lift chest, then your hips. Then release the hands, forward fold. Inhale, lift chest halfway. Exhale, come down. Do whatever vinyasa works for you. Wiki. Then downward facing dog. And breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Lower your knees for just a moment. Do we want to make it harder or shall we just go one more time? Debra? Should I add some bells and whistles for you? Yeah? So skip the stuff you don't want to do. We're going to repeat a lot of the stuff we did now, but now our hands are going to be binding behind our back. So the hands will be behind us. Also, there's one extra arm balance, which is the funky arm single leg crow. I'll ask you to tap your knee. You can just stay here. You can also shift forward and lift the leg up. Okay, you can also do a headstand from here, but I'm not going to do that today. Okay? Okay. So, downward facing dog. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. Really push through the hands, lift your hips high, relax your head, soften, soften, soften. Look at those beautiful toes. Then look forward. See if you can lower your elbows into dolphin as best as you can. Feel that your elbows feel grounded, then flip the palms up. Press into your elbows to keep your hips high. Lift the right arm up, cactus. Reach forward to the left leg, tap. Take your right hand forward, straight arm. From here, we're going to plank forward. Side plank, left arm up. Then we take the left hand down into plank. Walk 2 steps to the left. Place your left elbow on the inside of the left hip and side of the belly button. Then lift the knees wide. Then lower your knees and toes. Wide knee malasana. It's a resting pose. Now, half moon pose, left hand forward. See if you can bind the right hand behind your back and scoop it behind your left hip. Maybe you can flip the palm down so you're scooping it around the left leg if you have long arms. Good. Take 1 deep breath here. Keep your bind. Walk your feet back into warrior 2 onto the mat with your left hand forward. Haha. Bend your left knee forward. Keep your left knee bent. Flip your left palm. Reverse warrior 2. Try to reach your left hand towards the right shoulder behind the head. And lift the elbow up. Take 1 deep breath. Side angle. Keep your arms the same. Reach forward with the left elbow and press the outer edge of the right foot. Keep your left knee bent. Keep your left hand where it is, but lift your right hand up and down to the mat. Come onto your right toes, then lift the left knee up and behind into wild thing. Lift your chest up and open up your gaze and chest to the sky as you push your right hand, squeeze your butt. Come forward, high lunge. Arms up. Resting pose. We're going to keep our arms overhead. This is what makes Warrior 3 challenging. We're going to lift the arms up through the shoulders, pinkies and triceps forward. Keep your left knee bent, then you humble forward. Shift your weight forward to straighten the leg, flex the right foot, and lift your back muscles. Whew. Then lower the right foot down. Swim your hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers and slide the thumbs to the tailbone. Roll shoulders back. Lower the right heel down. So like a warrior 1. Then we're going to come on the inside of the left knee, fold. Straighten the arms, shoulder blades together, and try to lift the pinkies up to the sky behind the head. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower your hands down to the mat. Lift your left leg up. If you want, you're going to lower the right forearm down, left hand back. You can lower the left leg if you want to, or you keep it up. Then you bend the left knee onto the left elbow. You squeeze your left elbow in, and you use your right toes to shift forward. Left heel to butt. This can be it, or you can squeeze the right butt cheek to lift the right leg up. Then bring your left elbow forward into dolphin. You can either plank forward or you can do the whole dolphin chaturanga business here. So you pick. Then downward facing dog. We breathe for 3, 2, 1. Look forward, dolphin. Press into your elbows so you feel comfortable in your shoulders. Flip your palms up. Left arm up, cactus. Tap right leg or calf or ankle. Take left hand forward. Side plank with right hand up. Lower your right hand. Plank on toes. Walk your feet to the right. 1, 2. Bend your right elbow to the inside of the right hip bone on the outside of your belly button. Lean forward. Knees wide, toes together, butterfly. Lift. Come on down with control. Malasana with heels together. Half moon pose, right hand forward. Left leg up. Bind left hand behind the back. See if you can hook around the waist. Maybe flip the palm around the leg and thigh. Whew. Walk your feet back into warrior 2, right hand forward. Keep your bind. Flip your right palm up, reverse warrior 2. Reach right hand to left shoulder behind the head. Lift right elbow up. Keep your right knee bent forward. Side angle, right elbow reaching forward. Release your left hand to the ground. Wild thing, lift the right foot up and behind you. Open your chest up to the sky, hips up to the sky. Whew. Release your right hand, high lunge. Arms up, tailbone in. Squeeze your inner thighs. Warrior 3, but we're lifting our arms over our head. So squeeze the shoulders up. Lean forward, tip forward. Lift your back up with the back muscles. Flex the left heel back. Lower the left foot down. Swing your hands behind you. Humble warrior on the inside of your right knee. Left heel down. Try to straighten your arms and lift your pinkies over towards your head. Up to the ceiling, behind towards the head. Take one more breath. Hands to the inside of the mat. Lift your right leg up. Your left elbow's down. Your right hand slides back. Right knee bends to right elbow. Shift forward with left toes. Squeeze left butt cheek. Funky arm, single crow. Woo. Then lower your left leg down. Take your right elbow forward. Then you do either straight to plank, then dog, or you could do the whole dolphin plank chaturanga thing. Then we breathe for 3, 2, 1, and dog. Then child's pose. So good, so yummy, finally. Forehead down, slide your hands back, palms up, roll your shoulders and elbows forward, relax. Enjoy every bead of sweat. They're like little rewards for all your hard work. Each one slipping and sliding off the beautiful skin that covers your body. Whew. Take one deep breath. Lovely. And then we can slide our hands forward into a regular child's pose. And then from here, we'll slide onto our belly. Oh, so yummy. We'll slide our hands by our chest and we'll roll one shoulder at a time forward. You can move your head in different directions if you want to help you. And then wiggle our hips. Then we'll lift our chest up into a sphinx and slide our right knee out to the right. Wiggle the hips from side to side and lift your right foot up about 5 times. If your back doesn't like this, you can lower your chest down so your hands are underneath your forehead instead. Cool. And then we'll slide it back. Left leg. Frog, wiggle hips. Then lift your left foot up about 5 times. Did a lot of weird stuff with our hips today, so I want to put them back kind of into place. And then slide your left knee back. Lower your chest, slide your hands by your hips or knees or shoulders. I can't talk today. And we're on our hands or knees, but your hands are 1 step forward. We're going to rock our hips from side to side. Make sure your back likes this, and your glutes and your IT band likes this. Then we'll take the right knee forward. And then sit on our right hip. Pull the chest forward. Maybe twist a little bit to the right. It's okay. If you want, you can keep doing it. Squeeze your left butt cheek forward. Pull your chest forward to the right. Belly in. Then we come back into center. Roll the hips up. Slide the right knee back. Slide. If your back is happy with this, you can keep trying to pull your chest to the left. Make sure your core is engaged while you're doing this, and your right hip is trying to go a little bit forward. Cool, then we roll back in. Butterfly, sit up straight. Walk your hips forward as we waddle from side to side. Then bend your knees and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. If you want, you can wiggle from side to side or bounce your chest. You can even slide your hands forward. Then we roll back up, take our hands behind us, lift our chest and squeeze our shoulder blades and open our feet wide. Rock your knees from side to side. And then we will lay on our back. Tuck your tailbone in. Grab your elbows up to the ceiling. And try to lift your elbows over the sky, over the head, away from you to the floor. Then we'll roll our knees to our chest. Roll our knees in 3 circles in one direction. And then 3 circles in the opposite direction. Straighten our legs up to the sky and wiggle our feet in and out, in and out. Then bend our knees. Heels to butt, feet wide, toes out, heels in. Roll tailbone in and roll up to the shoulders to squeeze the hips up to the sky. Take one more breath. Then we'll roll from shoulder to hips. Hug our knees to the chest, rock from side to side. Grab our feet to happy baby. Then we'll squeeze our knees together over our hips, arms out to the side, and roll to the left in a twist. Try to keep your knees squeezing together and keep your shoulders grounded. Roll back into center, over to the right, squeeze your knees together. Keep your left shoulder grounded as best as you can. Roll the knees back into center. Wiggle your shoulders and your hips. You can either come into butterfly if you like, or you could go straight into a nice little shavasana. Wiggle your shoulders and hips. Hands either on your belly, chest, or to the side, palm up. Breathe in and out through the nose. When you're ready, inhale fully. Exhale with a sigh. And allow yourself to relax for a moment. To let go. And truly allow your body to accept and understand what letting go is. You spent the past hour working extremely hard to a place where you can understand where your limitations are. To know when your cup is finally full and you don't need to add more. It's a sense of understanding how to respect yourself, to know when you can add more, do less, move forward, step back. Without this contrast of knowing what hard is, you can't understand what something is easy. And normally, things that are easy are things that we do all the time. The more we do it, the less we think about it. Less anxiety we might feel. So as we introduce our body with all the possible movements that can be underneath the rainbow, take each one with a grain of salt. Perhaps it'll be easier with time. Perhaps it'll always be hard. But you would never know unless you tried. So allow yourself to taste everything and see what your preferences are. See what your limitations are. And you might surprise yourself that not all things are too difficult and out of reach. And with gentle self-reflection, allow yourself to take in all the things of all the lessons learned. Breathe in and out through the nose. Start to feel that the breath can feel a little bit wider and longer than the last. And take a deep breath to hold it in when you're ready. And hold it for a few seconds just to feel full. And when you're ready, exhale it out and let it go. Wiggle the fingers and toes so we can come back. Hug it in, stretch it out. Roll to one side or the other. Give yourself a big thank you for working hard, for showing up. And then we thank each other. Thank you for letting me just be with you. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.
Very good. That was exhausting.
No?
Every 6 weeks. If you don't like the arm lines, put it in your calendar, skip the 6th week. Det är bra. Det är bra. Bara hoppa över en